We love a good cup of coffee, don't we, folks? There's something magical about that first sip in the morning. But have you ever stopped to think about the journey those magic beans take to get to your cup? It's a fascinating process that spans continents and cultures. It all starts in exotic locales like Brazil, Colombia, and Ethiopia, where the climate and soil are just right for growing coffee. These places are perfect for growing coffee thanks to their unique environments. The farmers carefully grow the coffee plants, nurturing them with great care and expertise. They pick the ripe red coffee cherries at just the right moment to ensure the best flavor. Inside each cherry are 2 coffee beans, waiting to be transformed into your favorite brew. The beans are carefully separated from the cherry, a process that requires precision and care. This can be done by hand or with special machines, depending on the scale of the operation. After separating the beans, they are dried. Drying is important because it helps preserve the beans and prepare them for the next steps. It helps preserve the beans, ensuring they stay fresh and flavorful. It also helps develop their flavor, which is crucial for that perfect cup of coffee. Now our beans are ready for the next stage of their adventure. They are packed and shipped to various destinations. Off they go to the coffee factory, where the magic continues. This is where the real transformation begins, turning raw beans into the coffee we know and love. Stay tuned as we unlock the secrets of instant coffee, right after these messages. You won't want to miss it. Welcome back, coffee lovers. Today we're diving deep into the fascinating journey of coffee beans from their raw, green state to the aromatic, roasted perfection we all adore. Our beans have arrived at the factory. It's time to roast. This is where the transformation begins. Roasting is where the magic really happens. The beans are carefully monitored to ensure they reach the perfect roast. Remember those green coffee beans? They might not look like much now, but just wait. Get ready for a change. As the beans are poured into the roaster, they begin their incredible transformation. The beans go into large roasters. These machines are designed to handle large quantities and ensure even roasting. The roasters spin the beans around and around. This constant motion helps to roast the beans evenly. Hot air heats the beans. The temperature and duration are crucial to developing the beans' flavor. The heat transforms the beans. They undergo a chemical change, developing their unique flavors and aromas. They turn from green to brown. This color change is a visual cue of the roasting process. The beans start to smell like coffee. Ah, that aroma. It's one of the most delightful parts of the process. The roaster is like a giant popcorn machine. The beans crackle and pop as they roast. The beans crackle and pop. This is known as the first crack, a key moment in the roasting process. How long they roast changes the flavor. Timing is everything, and each second counts. A short roast is light and bright. It retains more of the beans' original flavors. A long roast is dark and bold. It brings out deeper, more robust flavors. Once the beans are roasted just right, they need to cool down quickly. This is essential to stop the roasting process at the perfect moment. This stops the roasting process. It ensures the beans don't overcook and lose their flavor. It locks in the flavor. The beans are now ready for the next step. The roasted beans are ready for the next step, grinding. This is where they become the coffee we know and love. Our roasted beans are ready for their close-up. We need to grind those beans into a powder. Why? Because the smaller the bean, the more flavor we can extract. It's all about surface area, folks. Large grinders break the beans into smaller and smaller pieces. The grinders are powerful. They create a lot of heat. We don't want to burn the coffee. So the grinders are specially designed to keep the coffee cool. The ground coffee is moved quickly to the next stage. This is where the real magic of instant coffee happens. We're about to turn those grounds into the instant coffee you know and love. Hold on to your hats, coffee aficionados, because things are about to get scientific. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of instant coffee production. We're taking those perfectly ground coffee beans and turning them into the instant coffee we all know and love. But how does this transformation happen? The first step is brewing on a massive scale. Imagine brewing coffee for an entire city. Imagine a giant coffee maker big enough to fill a swimming pool. That's the kind of scale we're talking about here. That's what we're talking about here. These machines are designed to handle enormous quantities of coffee. Hot water is poured over the ground coffee just like you would at home, but on a much larger scale. This extracts all the delicious coffee flavor, ensuring every drop is packed with that rich taste we crave. The coffee brews in these giant tanks, allowing the flavors to fully develop. Then, the coffee is filtered to remove any remaining grounds. This removes all the grounds, leaving us with a smooth liquid coffee. We are left with liquid coffee. It's strong and flavorful, but it's still a liquid. So how do we make it instant? How do we make it instant? That's where the magic of science comes in. We use 2 main methods: freeze drying and spray drying. Freeze drying is like turning coffee into a coffee popsicle and then removing all the ice. Freeze drying is like turning coffee into a coffee popsicle and then removing all the ice. This leaves behind pure coffee granules. Spray drying is like using a hairdryer to evaporate the water, leaving behind tiny coffee crystals. These crystals are what make your instant coffee. And there you have it. Instant coffee, ready to be packaged and shipped to a grocery store near you. Instant coffee, ready to be packaged and shipped to a grocery store near you. Enjoy your cup of convenience.